What's going on, guys? Sean Don coming back with the technical analysis. Here we have Jose Hernandez, one of the newest online training clients. Signed up for some throws, programming, and coaching. So let's break down this ice. I think this is the 14-pound throw that you sent me, Jose. You sent me a 14 and 16 with the chain hammer. This looked like the 14 based on just rhythm and tempo and stuff. I don't know. Could be wrong. You said you weren't even sure yourself, but it doesn't matter. So let's take a look. Okay, so overall, pretty decent, pretty smooth. I like throwing chain hammers. I feel like it kind of slows down a little bit and gives you better awareness of double support and stuff like that. So, just some food for thought. But just some little things in here that I think can be ironed out and just smooth the throw out a lot. And then over time, your throw is going to just get more efficient. So, feet stable, facing back of the circle. Turning your shoulders back pretty good. You can maybe try turning your head back, looking to the right a little bit more. That might change your awareness a bit and might feel a little funky at first, but it's something I might recommend. But like I said, your shoulders do a good job turning back. That's really what really matters. Sinking down and back into the hips. Hard to tell exactly where the hammer is at 0 because of this funky camera angle, but that's okay. Shoulders are pretty level, hips are pretty level. Like I said, you're kind of sinking back. It looks like you're setting up that left side pretty well. Your head's not going too early. You can see as the hammer comes through, I think this is like 45 degrees. You can see you're a little bit ahead of the hammer with that left side and that shoulder. Once again, that's, I think, a byproduct of the chain hammer having a little bit more drag in the air, but then also just, yeah, not a big deal. I think your entry is pretty solid. Looks like you can keep your hands up a little bit more over on that right side, so you come in a little bit flatter. Looks like, as you can see here, your hands are kind of down and the hammer's up just a little bit, so maybe try to relax your arms just a little bit more on the left side. But that being said, you're turning with the hammer pretty good. Both legs are turning with the hammer. Single support's pretty good. You could maybe step a little bit more in the direction of the sector. As you can see, you come all the way back around with the feet, which is not a big deal, but I think I like a little bit more forward with that step. Sets up the direction a little bit better, which I think in this next turn you're going to see kind of affects you. That foot comes down, hips are underneath you, hands are down a little bit, and then you can see there's like this lift right here. So it looks like you force your hands down in this first catch and then also lift your hands up. It's not as easy to see. You can see it right through here. You can see it in the shoulders especially too, if you can see that kind of lift up, especially with that right shoulder. You lift up and then that left side starts to go a little bit early. And that kind of throws you off a little bit, just a bit. It's not very noticeable right here, but I think in later turns it becomes more noticeable. You can see you're kind of falling back onto that right leg, which is good sometimes, but then you can see, yeah, here, hands kind of come down and drop again, and you can see you really over-rotate this step. I think that's because, like I said, you are lifting and you don't quite have that direction in the first turn. But then you do a pretty good job of, once again, you're with the hammer, with the hammer, with the hammer, and then there's another slight lift. I'm not a big proponent of your arms being, so if you look at the torso angle of your, or the angle of your torso and your arms, I'm not a big fan of this angle being greater than 90 degrees. So let's say if this were to stay, or at least the orbit of the hammer were to stay the same, your hips need to get a little bit more forwards and up into the throw, or you just try not to be as steep with the orbit, because if your hands go above your head like this, it kind of makes things a little hard on you. And then same thing, a little bit of over rotation in the steps. You kind of catch with the hammer after 270, pull through. Your hips getting up into the ball good, but yeah, same thing, a little bit steep here, and then you can see you're kind of falling backwards. The same thing, hands high up over the head. Right leg gets a little wild, and then same thing, you kind of catch just after 270 rather than catching a little bit deeper with the hammer in the direction of the sector. And then you can see you're a little bit heavier on the right, but you stick that finish pretty good. And I like that little step forward, so that means you're really getting your energy forward on the finish. But yeah, like I said, really subtle things here. I think we need to flatten out the orbit a little bit, like I said. So in the entry, Your winds look pretty good, but in the entry I think you need to keep your hands up a little bit more, keep the orbit a little bit flatter, and then let the ball go a little bit more free around this left side. So really relax and just let the hammer go. Let your arms go where they want to go. Try to just work the hips and the legs a little bit more. And then you need to just try to make this catch, your hands on this catch need to be a little bit more natural. Instead of forcing them down and then lifting up, you just need to kind of let it go. Let the ball do its thing. Don't force it, don't guide it. Also, I think if you let the ball go a little bit more freer on the left in this entry, you'll feel it pull you forwards a little bit more. And then as it pulls you forwards a little bit more, you have more direction, and then you'll be less inclined to lift your hands and create that direction, and then you won't have this over rotation. Yeah, I think you just need to get stepping in the direction of the sector a little bit more. Maybe you get a little bit more drop in that left knee towards 180 rather than towards 270. So yeah, quick one here. Like I said, not much that's really glaring, at least from this perspective. But either way, looking forward to helping you out. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. If everybody else out there would like online programming coaching, whatever it is, technical stuff, throws programming, what hammers you need to throw, what drills you need to be doing, what lifting you need to be doing, lifting programs, all that stuff. I do all of it. So slide in my DMs, go to Sean__Don_ on Instagram, slide in my DMs, or email me at sdonnelly757@gmail.com, or comment down below in the comment section, and we can get to work. Always happy to help you guys out, so let me know if anybody else out there needs my services. Thanks for watching. Sean Don, peace and out until next time, in 30 minutes from now, probably.